Prelude FLNG. The largest ship on the planet and the largest floating structure ever created by man, Prelude FLNG is 488 meters long and 74 meters wide. Technically, however, it is not a ship, but the world's first liquefied natural gas plant on a floating base. The ship belonged to the British-Dutch oil and gas company Shell, built in South Korea by Samsung Heavy Industries. And it works in the Timor Sea, off the coast of Australia, extracting gas from the ocean floor. Prelude FLNG was created specifically for service in the offshore cyclone zone, and is capable of withstanding hurricanes, and even hurricanes of the 5th and higher category. The floating plant's crew consists of 240 people. CSCL Globe. This container ship is considered to be one of the world's largest ships of this type. It is 400 meters long, 61 meters wide, 30 meters high and weighs 180 and 3,800 tons. In addition, CSCL Globe can carry on board 19,000 standard containers. It is the first of 5 giant ships in the series, and the cost of each of them is $175 million. The container ship is equipped with a Manabine DAV Plio diesel engine, whose power output is 69,720 kilowatts at 84 revolutions per minute. Despite the fact that the power of this engine is lower than that of analogs installed on other vessels, a computerized intelligent throttle control system, taking into account the relative speed of the vessel and the conditions of the ocean environment, makes it possible to obtain excellent performance indicators. This results in the CSCL Globe's engine, when traveling at a speed of 16 knots, consuming 20% less fuel for a container carried compared to engines on smaller vessels. Its port of registry is Hong Kong. Pioneering spirit. The world's largest vessel, designed for the assembly, disassembly and transportation of offshore drilling rigs, as well as for the installation of subsea pipelines, belongs to the Swiss company OHL, if it was also the customer for the order. The front of the Pioneer ING Spirit is made in the shape of a catamaran. A wide slot between the hulls allowed approaching the legs of the drilling platform. The length of the vessel is 382 meters, the width 124 meters, the maximum displacement is 932,000 tons. The lifting capacity is also impressive. When installed and adjusted to the rig is 48,000 tons. When working with the platform, it is 25,000 tons. It should be noted that during the installation of the rig, the superstructure and drilling equipment are mounted on the rig as a whole. The cost of the huge vessels of $3,000 million. Valemax. The largest dry cargo carriers for or transportation are called Baymax. They are a series of vessels owned by the Brazilian mining company Valemax SA. This firm ordered 7 ore carriers in South Korea and another 12 in China. The first vessel, Vale Brazil, launched in 2010 and serves to transport ore from Brazil to Asia. This vessel replaces 11,150 truckloads, that nearly 97 tons of fuel per day, and ranks second among ships by deadweight, second only to TI-class vessels. Due to its size, it can only be used in some deep-sea ports in Brazil, China, and Europe. The length of the Valemax is 362 meters. CVN-65. This U.S. Navy nuclear attack aircraft carrier was commissioned in 1961. It had the longest length among the world's warships, 342 with 3 meters. One load of nuclear fuel was sufficient for 13 years of service, and during this time the ship could pass up to 1 million miles. The total ammunition was 25,020 tons, and the maximum capacity was 5,828 persons. Simultaneously up to 90 aircraft could be embarked, but usually only about 60 aircraft were embarked. Initially it was planned to create 6 ships of this type, but due to the high price of $451 million, it remained the only one of its kind. The characteristic feature of the carrier was not only the dimensions, but also the presence of 8 A2W jets. The speed of the CVN-65 was 33 with 6 knots, about 62 kilometers per hour. During the operation, the carrier went to sea 25 times. In 1964, circumnavigated the balloon and set a record for the number of sorties from the ship 65 times a day in 1965 to date. CVN-65 has been dismantled and towed to dry dock. HSS 1500. Catalans were developed in the mid-1990s as a new shipping concept by the Stena Line company compared to normal ferries. These high-speed vessels can carry many more passengers and vehicles. The project was named HSS 1500 and has a unique ship design as well as an aluminum shell that provides maximum strength and efficiency. The main feature of the HSS 1500 is its high speed, which can reach 40 knots. This nautical transport, which is in fact a new generation ferry, is built according to the principle of low-water craft and has the architecture of a catamaran. The length of the HSS 1500 is 126.6 meters. The capacity is 1,500 passengers and 375 cars. SSCV Thialf. This is a semi-submersible floating crane with a lifting capacity of 14,200 tons mounted on a platform. It is currently operated by Gerena Marin Contracts and is the most powerful floating crane in the world. Thialf has 2 cranes with a total lifting capacity of 14,200 metric tons, making it the largest floating crane ever built. The structure weighs 740,117 tons, is 96 meters high and 202 meters long. The ship's hull consists of 2 pontoons with 4 legs each. The transit draft is about 12 meters, and it can accommodate 736 people at the same time. The huge floating crane was produced in Japan, but is registered in Panama. Symphony of the Seas. To date, this ocean liner is considered the largest cruise ship in the world. It is 362 meters long and 66 meters wide. The liner is equipped with 15 passenger decks and 2 775 cabins of various classes that can accommodate 6,780 passengers and another 175 crew members. In addition, the ship features an ice skating rink, casino, game rooms, aquatic area, a bionic bar where guests are served by robots, and 20 different restaurants on board. The ship was unveiled in March 2018 in the port of Malaga for the entire festival season. Symphony of the Seas will cruise the Mediterranean, after which it will head to the new home port Miami, from where it will depart for the Caribbean.